Hey English 11, Mr. Nass here. Welcome to my home where I'm making this video for you for Lesson 2, Unit 3. This is our Persepolis unit and we're looking at how to read a graphic novel. So you've had a quick introduction to the Iranian Revolution in the last lesson, and now this is our second prep lesson for the book talking about graphic novels. I'm going to go very quickly through all these different elements of graphic novels. One of the things that you will have to do as we analyze and as we read is refer to these things. So these vocabulary words, these ideas, and these elements of graphic novels, you're going to have to use some of this new vocabulary. I don't think you have to take notes because you have access to this slideshow. You can use it, you can look back on it. But you will want to watch this video because I'm going to give you some of the answers you're going to need on your mastery check. So let's start with, what's a graphic novel? A graphic novel is a name for a comic style book. So you have sequential, it's a narrative or a story, and written in comic style. When you analyze a graphic novel, which you will be doing as we read, very important to make sure you're looking at both the text and the images. We're analyzing both things because they both work together to tell the story. How do I read a graphic novel? Left to right, top to bottom, same as a regular book. Some people like to look at all the images first, then get into the text. Doesn't really matter how you do that. It does matter how we talk about panels. Panels are the squares or rectangles on the page, and so when you're citing evidence or referring to something from the novel, you'll have to be able to talk about a certain panel, which is one of the boxes on the page. So how do we label our panels? You need to know this because even on today's mastery check, you'll have to tell me which panel you found some things on. And basically what you do is the first number is the row, and the second number would be the column. So you have panel 1-1 is right here. Then this is panel 1-2. You're looking at row 1. Then this is row 2. So you have panel 2-1, 2-2, and then row 3, panel 3-1. There's no panel 3-2 on this page. So you need this. You need to know this. You'll be referring to certain panels when you are referring to evidence in the novel. All right, so how would we label these panels? Keep it simple, right? This would be panel 1-1, panel 1-2, panel 2-1, 2-2, and 3-1. And here that is just shown for you and how we label. And you put the period in between the two numbers. All right, let's talk about a few more of these elements of graphic novels. Panels and gutters. Panels are the images and the boxes that contain them, and then the gutters are the space between. And so the author uses the space between. Everything in a graphic novel is on purpose and is used to help communicate the message the author is trying to communicate, trying to tell the story. So we have panels and gutters. Panel. And here's the gutters. The gutters, a little white space. There's big white space on this one, right? So that's different choices. This gutter actually has some text in it. Sometimes they insert some information there. Try to get myself out of the way. All right, some different types of panels. And you need to know this. It's on your mastery check. This type of panel is a word panel. This would be an image panel. This would be a word and image panel. Check that out. Word panel, image panel, word and image. Sometimes you see an open panel, which just means there's no box around it. It's kind of a cool, different look to show drama and dramatic effect, like this example here. Sometimes there's what's called a splash panel, which takes up a lot of space, and it's highlighting an action or a character. So you have a large panel to try to show something. This one's highlighting a character. This is highlighting multiple characters. A pan is a wide short frame, so you have the whole width of the page is called a pan. It's like a panoramic view, so you can see more. A zoom in is a close-up shot that follows a larger picture. So just like you're zooming the camera in on some character, some scene. Zoom out is the opposite. Close-up, just close-up shot, maybe of someone's face, someone's expression. It's different from a zoom because it's not the exact same image. Graphic weight. Okay, so graphic weight, you'll see this in Persepolis. You have some slides that are very dark and some slides that are very light. Persepolis doesn't have any colors, just black and white, and so the author is using those. Here's my cat. The author is using those dynamics, the contrast, and that's called graphic weight. My cat wants to go outside. Okay. Expression for effect. You have just facial expressions, draw attention to characters' emotions. There's some examples of how characters' emotions are shown. I'm going really fast through this. You can always refer to it on your own. Symbolic images. So here we have a gift that was given to her. You're going to read about it, and it symbolizes something greater. And now we were talking about panels and different graphic novel features. Now let's talk about the balloons and how the words are used. This would be a word or a speech bubble, right? Someone is actually talking in that. This would be a caption describing the scene. No one is saying these words when they're in the caption. Some of you already know this, but this might be new to some of you. And then this is a thought. Whoops. This is a thought balloon, so no one's talking. He's just thinking about that. And dialogue, which is just a type of speech balloon or word balloon here. A couple people talking with each other in the same panel. Sound effect, poof, right? And balloonless, no balloon. But we have the text that's right on top of the image. I went very quickly through those things. You have access to the slideshow, and you can use it as you work today. There's a couple of resources that you can use. That's the introduction. I'm actually going to do the explanation on the next video, and we'll see you on that one.